Welcome to our channel. Are you alarmed by the chaos engulfing our world? The signs are unmistakable. We see it every day. Families are torn apart by conflicts that seem insurmountable. The bonds that once held us together are fraying. Nations rage against each other, locked in battles that leave devastation in their wake. The drums of war beat louder with each passing day. Darkness seems to be winning. The light of hope dims as shadows creep into every aspect of our lives. But behind these visible conflicts, a spiritual battle rages. It's a battle that is often unseen, yet its effects are deeply felt. An ancient evil has infiltrated our world, whispering lies and sowing seeds of division. This malevolent force thrives on our fears and insecurities. This is the Jezebel spirit, and its influence is more insidious and widespread than ever before. It has woven itself into the very fabric of our society. We see its effects everywhere. Moral decay is rampant. Truth is under attack, and the lines between right and wrong are increasingly blurred. People are easily manipulated, driven by greed, lust, and the insatiable hunger for power. The Jezebel spirit preys on these weaknesses, exploiting them to further its agenda. These are not just societal trends, they are symptoms of a deeper spiritual crisis. The very soul of humanity is under siege. The Jezebel spirit thrives on chaos, whispering its seductive lies into the ears of the vulnerable and the ambitious alike. The statistics are alarming. We are witnessing a breakdown of societal norms and values. Divorce rates are skyrocketing, leaving shattered families in their wake. The impact on children and future generations is profound and heartbreaking. Political corruption has reached epidemic proportions, eroding trust and fueling cynicism. Leaders who should be guiding us are instead leading us astray. The very fabric of society seems to be unraveling, and at the heart of it all lies a spiritual hunger, a void that the Jezebel spirit is all too eager to fill with its counterfeit promises of power and fulfillment. This void is a chasm that grows wider each day. This is not a time for complacency. We must be vigilant and proactive in addressing these issues. We must recognize the enemy within our midst and understand the spiritual forces at play. Knowledge and awareness are our first lines of defense. The battle for our souls, our families, and our world is raging, and we cannot afford to be caught unaware. This is a call to action for every individual. We must arm ourselves with knowledge, discernment, and the unwavering power of the Holy Spirit to combat this insidious evil and reclaim the ground that has been lost. Together, we can stand against the darkness and bring light back into our world. The name Jezebel echoes throughout history, a name that has become synonymous with treachery, manipulation, and unbridled ambition. She was a queen who wielded power through manipulation, idolatry, and bloodshed, leaving a legacy that continues to haunt us. Her story, recorded in the Bible's Book of Kings, serves as a stark warning about the seductive nature of evil and the devastating consequences of spiritual compromise. Jezebel's tale is not just a historical account, it is a timeless lesson on the dangers of allowing malevolent forces to take root in our lives. Jezebel was not content with being a queen. She craved absolute control, a thirst for power that knew no bounds. She manipulated her husband King Ahab, leading the nation of Israel into idolatry and moral decay. Her influence was so pervasive that it corrupted the very soul of the kingdom. Today, the term Jezebel spirit describes a controlling, manipulative, and seductive influence that operates through both men and women. This spirit is not confined to the past, it is very much alive in our modern world. This spirit seeks to usurp authority, twist truth, and ultimately destroy anything that stands in its way of power. It is a force that thrives on chaos and confusion, preying on the vulnerabilities of those it seeks to control. It operates through a potent cocktail of pride, control, and seduction, using these tools to ensnare its victims. Whispering lies of entitlement, significance, and unrestrained ambition, it convinces individuals that they are deserving of power and influence at any cost. The parallels between Jezebel's reign and our current world are striking. We see the same patterns of manipulation and control playing out in various spheres of society. Just as she used her position to manipulate and control, the Jezebel spirit today infiltrates positions of power and influence from the highest levels of government to the boardrooms of major corporations. It extends its reach into our personal lives, affecting our families and even our places of worship. No area is immune to its insidious influence. It preys on insecurity and ambition, offering counterfeit power in exchange for loyalty and obedience. Those who fall under its sway often find themselves trapped in a web of deceit and corruption. The Jezebel spirit thrives in an environment of spiritual apathy and ignorance. When we turn a blind eye to its presence, we allow it to grow stronger. It flourishes when we fail to recognize its tactics and confront its influence. Awareness and vigilance are our first lines of defense against this ancient evil. But the story of Jezebel is not just a warning, it is also a reminder that even in the darkest of times, God raises up voices of truth and courage to challenge evil and point the way back to righteousness. These voices serve as beacons of hope, guiding us through the storm and reminding us that good can triumph over evil. Look around. Observe the hustle and bustle of everyday life, the people going about their daily routines, seemingly unaware of the undercurrents shaping their world. The political landscape is a breeding ground for the Jezebel spirit. This spirit thrives in the corridors of power, where ambition and influence intersect. Character assassination, smear campaigns, and blatant lies have become commonplace. These tactics are not just strategies, they are symptoms of a deeper malaise. Politicians are seduced by the allure of power, willing to compromise their integrity and betray the public trust for personal gain. The temptation is strong, and many fall prey to it. The Jezebel spirit whispers in their ears, promising them the world if they will only bow to its manipulative tactics. It offers them shortcuts to success, but at a great cost. But the poison of Jezebel doesn't stop there. It spreads like a virus, infecting every aspect of political life. It infects the very fabric of political discourse, turning debate into division and dialogue into demonization. What should be a healthy exchange of ideas becomes a battleground. It fuels the flames of outrage and anger, turning citizens against each other. The spirit thrives on conflict, feeding off the negative energy it creates. We see it in the vitriol spewed online, the echo chambers of social media, and the breakdown of civil discourse. The anonymity of the internet makes it easier for this poison to spread. The Jezebel spirit thrives on division and chaos, for it is in these moments of vulnerability that it can most effectively exert its influence. It seeks to create an environment where reason and empathy are drowned out by noise and fury. It preys on our fears, insecurities, and biases, turning us against our neighbors and undermining the very foundations of a healthy society. Fear is a powerful tool, and the Jezebel spirit wields it with precision. This is not about left versus right, it's about right versus wrong. The true battle is for the soul of our society, for the principles that should guide us. We must recognize that the Jezebel spirit does not adhere to any political party or ideology. It is a force that transcends these boundaries, seeking to corrupt wherever it can. It is an equal opportunity destroyer, seeking to manipulate and control anyone who falls prey to its seductive whispers. The challenge before us is to remain vigilant, to recognize the signs, and to resist its influence. We must strive to foster a political environment where integrity, honesty, and respect are valued above all. Only then can we hope to cleanse our politics of this insidious poison. The antidote to the Jezebel spirit lies in unity, understanding, and a commitment to the common good. Together we can build a healthier, more just society. We must be vigilant, discerning the spirit behind the words and actions of those who seek to lead and influence, for the stakes have never been higher. Now is the time to rise with courage and take action. We cannot afford to stay silent or passive. Each of us has a role to play in standing against the forces that seek to deceive and destroy. Even in the midst of deception, there is hope and deliverance. We must hold fast to our faith and trust that truth will ultimately prevail. Together, we can overcome the darkness and find the light. Stand firm against the tide of falsehood and manipulation. It is essential to remain steadfast, grounded in truth and integrity. By doing so, we can withstand the challenges and emerge stronger, more resilient.